Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Today is Selection Sunday, and we are going to be doing our picks. Hopefully, they'll come out real good at the end. So, how are you doing, Mr. Zig?
I'm doing good, Thomas.
Good. You all ready for this?
I'm ready for these picks.
I'll tell you.
How many we got in our pool?
26.
26 feet.
Yeah.
All I've got to beat is 25 people.
Right.
That's
right.
It's no big hill to climb,
That's,
as they say.
That is right. Yes. So, we're going to go over. Let's go through each bracket to show what teams we have picked.
All right.
And hopefully,
and I'll be honest with you, I won't have no rhyme or reason on some of these.
Oh, I know.
I don't follow them all that close, but
right.
Some you have a feeling that they'll move on. Hopefully.
It's down here.
Yeah. From the heart,
I feel it from
I'm not
the heart.
a diehard.
Yeah.
Sit and watch college basketball every night. I mean, a lot of these teams I've watched here and there, but mostly the Big Ten because Illinois, and we're from Illinois, so we'll watch more Big Ten basketball.
Right.
Than anything down there.
Every year, I tell myself I'm going to watch more college basketball, so I'll be better informed when the tournament rolls around. And each year, I fail at that.
And what happened? You failed.
I fail every year. I will get.
Are you busy during the winter or what?
I'll tell you.
What's going on?
I've just got so much going on, hibernating that I do not get to watch much basketball like I want to. I'll maybe get a game in. I maybe get a half of a game in. But I never watch game after game after game after game like I tell myself I'm going to do. I fail at that every year.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
We're only betting
and
so much for this pool. It's not worth to invest that much. Unless you're really into the the gambling sites.
Right.
You've got money invested like every night. If you're betting on teams, I can see where people really, will watch it religiously.
Now, my father-in-law and brother-in-law,
I'd be your brother-in-law.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay, we let that slip. Yes, I am Tom's brother-in-law.
My mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they watch Illinois basketball religiously back in the day. So they watched a lot of basketball, and they did fairly well in the picks. Both of them has won our picks several times, and my mother-in-law, rest her soul, I'm sure that with Illinois being in it, she'd have had them going all the way.
Yes.
So I'm sure she would have had them going all the way. But so today we're going to go through our brackets and who we picked here on Selection Sunday, and Mr. Zig, I figure we start in the South bracket. So you're the number one seed is Auburn. Who? I guess you got Auburn winning that game.
Yeah, it's a 1/16. I think it's happened once in the tournament where actually a 1 got beat by a 16. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Just a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, just a few. It's funny because a few years ago, 16 seed beat. I remember the team that they beat was Virginia. Was the number one seed, and they got beat for the first time ever that a 16 beat a 1.
Beat a 1.
And then the following year, Virginia went all the way and won it all. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, so that's happened only once.
Okay, well, first I did take Auburn.
That's who I got. How about Louisville and Creighton?
Well, some of us...
number 8 seed Louisville, number 9 Creighton.
Some of us would call it Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't want you to catch the wrath here of the public, especially the
Louisville.
the Louisville people.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went in and took Louisville.
You took Louisville?
Yes.
I went with number 9 Creighton.
Oh, did you go with Creighton?
Yes, I went with them to beat Louisville.
Well, Creighton's probably got a good team, I think.
Right.
I think they're a bad team, but they're a 9. Louisville's an 8, so...
Yeah.
Should be a good game.
Good
I think
matchup
so.
there.
Yeah, good matchup there.
Okay, Michigan, number 5 seed against UCSD.
Do you know what UCSD
Is?
I don't know what that stands for.
Is that California, San Diego, University of California, San Diego, maybe?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
So that's a 12.
It's what, 12 against a 5.
And you know that there is going to be some upsets. A 12 is going to be the 5. It's just which ones and how many do you pick?
And is this the one?
No, this was not for me. I went with Michigan.
Yeah, I went with Michigan also. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I understand that usually happens every year, but I've seen Michigan a few times. So
yeah,
a pretty solid team. So.
Right. So how about number 4, Texas A&M versus Yale, number 13 seed Yale.
I don't think of Yale as a big basketball school.
No,
you know? I really don't. But
they're about like Harvard. When you see them in there, you're like, they actually play basketball. Yale and Harvard.
They're ranked 13th. I mean, they're seeded 13th.
Right.
I should say. And but I went with Texas A&M.
Me too.
The Aggies.
Yeah.
And who's the most famous Texas A&M Aggie? Do you know?
No.
I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Patrick Mahomes.
Really? Oh,
I'll have to look that up.
Right? Ain't that the quarterback for the Chiefs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know if he played basketball, but he was really good at baseball too.
Really? Oh, okay.
I'll have to look that up later.
Well, that's the difference between
myself, but
when you got a multi-sport guy like that, if it's either football, baseball, basketball, baseball, they're always going to take either football or basketball over baseball because they don't jump right into the majors with baseball.
Well, sure, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So let's go with the 6 seed versus the 11 seed, Mississippi versus North Carolina. So I took Mississippi on that one. I went with the higher seed to win.
Well, which one were you looking at, Tom? Everybody.
Mississippi.
Mississippi and University of North Carolina.
Yeah. I went with Mississippi.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. How about?
Let me see here. Oh, yeah, I went with Mississippi also.
You went with them as well.
A lot of people were saying North Carolina didn't even really belong in the tournament.
Right.
I'm not sure what their record was, but
well, I know they wasn't great at all.
Well, sometimes you get in with your name too. You know,
yes.
It looks good.
Yeah.
The Tar Heelers in there.
Okay, a number 3 seed, Iowa State versus 14 LIP. Liberty? No, that ain't Liberty.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea who.
I went with Iowa State.
CMB.
Oh,
a lot going on there. So
yeah.
I didn't know who it was, so I did go with Iowa State. I know where that is.
That's easier. That's easier to.
It's easier to say. It's easier to look at, really.
Yes. Okay, number 7 versus Marquette versus University, I'm guessing, of New Mexico, number 10.
I went with, now this was my, I wouldn't call it an upset special, but I did go with the higher seed. I went with New Mexico over Marquette.
Oh. Well, I went with Marquette.
Did you?
Yes. Yeah, so. Okay, so the last one, number 2, Michigan State against number 15, BRY.
Well, I don't know. I've got, mine says Bryant.
Bryant.
So I don't know if there's a Bryant University.
Apparently so.
I went with the kid in high school named Bryant. So I don't think it's the same thing.
Yeah. There's no way that I've given up on number 2. So I went with
Michigan State. Always a big Michigan State fan.
Right.
I am. I think Tom Izzo, who coaches him, he's pretty good.
Yes.
And, he finds a ways to win most of the time.
Yeah. So you want to finish this bracket out of who you picked in the next round, or do you want to go You want to do all?
Yeah, no, we should stick with it. Well,
Okay.
It's fresh.
So who did? So between well, I went with between Auburn and Crate, the 1 seed and 9 seed. I went with Auburn.
Did you? Yeah, I had Louisville advancing, Louisville. Sorry,
Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Look that up, kids.
Yes.
Yeah, over Creighton, and I had Auburn beating Louisville in the next
Okay.
round. So
Okay. Now, I had Michigan against Texas A&M. I've got Michigan going, or I'm sorry, I got Texas A&M going.
oh, do
to
you?
the next round.
I have Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Moving on. So we're different on a couple of those.
Yes.
Okay, got you there.
So Mississippi versus Iowa State is who I had, and I've got Iowa State moving on.
As well as I have Iowa State also. Yes.
And then I have Marquette, of course, Marquette and Michigan State. I've got Michigan State moving on.
Yes, I have Michigan State also moving on, facing Iowa State.
Okay. And so then I've got Auburn and Texas A&M, and Auburn moving on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you?
I have Auburn against Michigan State.
Okay. Well, you can't have that now.
Did I jump too far ahead?
Yeah, you. Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
We're not looking. Michigan. Oh, Michigan. Oh, I got you.
Yeah, Michigan State's on down a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you have Auburn against Michigan?
No, I had Auburn against Texas A&M,
Oh.
and you got.
I have Auburn against Michigan,
Oh, okay.
and I have Auburn.
Auburn winning that one. Yeah, I got Auburn winning that one. Iowa State versus Michigan State.
Uh-huh.
I have Michigan State winning that
I
one.
do too. So
Okay.
basically, we have the same Auburn against Michigan State in the.
Right. And then Auburn versus Michigan State. Who do you have?
I have Auburn.
I have
Advancing.
I have
To the Final
Michigan
Four.
State.
You have Michigan State.
I have Michigan
Okay,
State.
so we're
Yes.
a little separation here as the tournament
Yes.
goes along between you and me,
Yes.
especially out of this bracket.
So, in the West,
Going down the west, all right.
it's Florida against NORF.
I think it's
Norfolk. Norfolk.
What I've got is Norfolk.
Okay. Of course, I have Florida.
Yes. Number 1 against 16, yes.
Number 8, UConn versus number 9, Oklahoma. I have UConn.
I have UConn also, so we agree there.
Okay. Michigan State versus Coast. I'm not sure who that is. A number 5 versus a number
No,
12.
it's not Michigan State.
Or Memphis.
You got
I'm sorry.
Memphis. Now you get your hips.
Yeah.
You screwed up everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So number 5, Memphis versus number
I think it's
12,
Colorado State.
Colorado State.
And I have Memphis.
You did. I have Colorado State. That's
You took the 12.
12.
Over the 5.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, Maryland, number 4 seed versus 13. I think that's Grand Canyon.
Is it?
I
All
think
got
so.
is GC, so I don't know
Yeah.
who that is. Grand
Yeah.
Canyon. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll go out on a limb and take Maryland.
me too.
just
Just-
because
yeah.
just like the Grand Canyon
Yes.
in that game, though.
Yes, number 6, Liz. I believe that's Missouri.
That'd be Mizzou.
Yeah, yeah, and number 11, Drake.
And Drake.
I took Miz.
I took Missouri also.
Okay,
Don't know much about Drake's basketball program.
right. Okay, so Texas Tech
Texas Tech.
against number 14, UNCW.
I don't know if that's North Carolina, Wilmington. That might be.
Yeah,
I'm guessing on
Yeah.
some of these initials. Bear with me here, but no,
Yeah.
I went with Texas Tech.
I did too.
So
Number 7, Kansas versus number 10, Arkansas.
well, I'm not a big Bill Self fan.
Yeah,
So anytime I can see Kansas going down, I'm always happy. I mean, he coached at Illinois, and then the way it just ended, I didn't care for that.
right.
I guess that's the way it is these days. I guess you accept it. But so I went with Arkansas, the Razorbacks.
That's
of
who.
Arkansas.
That's who I went
Did you?
with.
All right.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Good deal.
Yes. And then St. John University, number 2 seed against OMA.
I think that's Omaha.
Omaha?
I did catch. I think I caught their games before.
Okay.
I think that's who that is.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So Omaha. So I went with number 2.
St. John, yes. I
Yes.
did too also.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So then in number 1 Florida against number 8 UConn, I went with Florida.
I did also. So we are pretty much step in line here.
And number 12 Colorado State against Maryland, I went with Maryland.
And okay, yes, I went with Maryland also. So yes, we are dead.
And then Mizzou versus Texas Tech, I went with Texas Tech.
I did also. Yes. Yes.
And then Arkansas versus St. John, I went with St. John.
I went with St. John also. Wow, that's interesting.
Okay.
Wow. Did you look at my bracket?
Yeah.
Boy, you're like dead on this one. I think you're looking over my shoulder when I look at my bracket on this one, Mister.
Florida versus Maryland, I went with Florida.
I went with Florida also. Okay.
Texas Tech versus St. John, I went with St. John.
I went with St. John also.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, we are exactly right, I think.
And then
No, you did take the 5 over. You did take the 12 over 5. So
Yes.
the only game we had different
yes,
was
Yep.
Colorado State over Memphis. I took Memphis. You took Colorado State.
right.
So that's the only difference we had in that one. So where do you want to jump to next?
Yeah. So East.
Eastbound we go. Eastbound and down.
I'm not sure, but we're going to try Duke versus Montana or Mountain. M-O.
I've got MONT. Mount.
Yeah.
Mount something.
Yeah.
But I'll go with the Dukers.
I'm sure Duke's got that one. Number 8, MSST.
I think it's Mississippi State.
Mississippi State
I believe
against
Baylor.
Baylor. Number 9, I took Mississippi State.
Did you? I took Baylor. I took the Baylor Bears. Yes.
Okay, number 5, Oregon against number 12. I'm going to send Liberty.
Well, I think that's your Liberty. I think so.
Yes, I took Liberty.
Oh, did you really? Oh,
Yes.
Oh, no, I went with Oregon.
Okay.
The Oregon Ducks.
Arizona versus Akron. I went with Arizona.
Arizona. Yes. I went with Arizona also.
Number 6, BYU versus number 11, VCU.
You know, a lot of initials here.
Yes.
Okay. I went with who did I go with? I went with VCU.
That's who I went with.
I thought that was kind of like looking for an upset there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Number 3, Wisconsin versus number 14, Mount. I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But I went with Wisconsin.
We went with the Badgers.
Yes. St. Mary's, number 7, against Vanderbilt. Number 10.
And I went with, I think I went with Vanderbilt.
That's who I went with, Vanderbilt.
Yes.
Alabama versus RMOR.
Oh, that's Robert University.
Robert, okay.
Yeah, I went with
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
You couldn't go wrong with Alabama. Okay, so I got Duke against Mississippi State, and I got Duke beating them.
Do you? Okay, I had Duke against Baylor. I had Baylor moving on.
Okay.
1 against a 9, and I took the Dukers
Okay.
to move on.
And I have Liberty versus Arizona, with Arizona moving on.
I had Oregon against Arizona, and I got Arizona moving on, facing Duke.
Okay.
In the next round.
VCU versus Wisconsin, with Wisconsin moving on.
I had same thing also. Yes.
Okay, and then St. Vanderbilt versus Alabama, with Alabama moving on.
It's the same thing. Yes.
Okay, and then Duke versus Arizona, with Duke moving on.
Yes, I had Duke. Yes, over Arizona. Yes.
And I got Wisconsin versus Alabama, with Alabama moving on.
I had the same. Yes. So.
And then I've got Duke versus Alabama, and we'll give off the final four here in a minute. So let's go to the Midwest.
Let's go to the Midwest.
All right. So Midwest, I've got Houston versus SIUE. And, of course, Houston going on.
I had Houston. What's SIU? Is that Southern Illinois University?
And Edwardsville.
Is that it?
That's it.
Tournament, did they?
Everybody.
Awesome.
We've got, my oldest son went there. We have a nephew that went there.
Right.
His wife went there.
Wow.
I got a cousin that lives up in around Green Bay, Brittany. She went there. In fact, she's running for city council or something up there in around Green Bay.
Is that right?
Greenville, Wisconsin is where she lives.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Give her a plug out. Vote for her.
All right. So close to Green Bay.
Yeah. I believe it's up there by Green Bay.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's up there. It's further north. It's up there in the northern part.
Okay.
So.
All right. Anyway, we both took Houston.
Okay. Yes.
That was
so Gonzaga versus is that University of Georgia?
I think it's University of Georgia.
Yeah. So of course I got to take Gonzaga.
Yes, I took Gonzaga.
Gonzaga being the 8th seed, I take
that back. I did take Georgia.
You took Georgia.
Yes, I did take Georgia over Gonzaga.
Oh, heck. Yeah, you can't go against Gonzaga.
I know. They're always there.
Yeah. Clemson versus
McNeese.
McNeese. Okay, so this is a number 12 against a number 5, Clemson.
Yes.
So, but I went with Clemson.
I went with Clemson also. Yes.
All right. Purdue versus HIPT.
High Point University.
High Point University. Wow.
I took Purdue.
Oh, you got to go with Purdue.
The Boilermakers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Illinois versus Xavier.
Okay. Well.
I went with Illinois.
Did you?
Yeah.
I did too.
All right.
Illinois also. So.
Kentucky versus Troy. The men of Troy.
3 over 14. Yeah, I'll take Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. You got to go with Kentucky on that one.
Yes.
So number 7, UCLA versus UTS.
Utah State.
Utah State. Okay. I went with UCLA.
Did you? No, I'm looking for an upset there. I went ahead with Utah State.
Now, is this their first year being in the Big Ten?
UCLA, I believe so.
Yeah. And then number 2, Tennessee against number 15, Wolf.
Yeah.
I went with Tennessee.
I'll go with Tennessee.
Yeah, I got to go with Tennessee.
I'll go out on a limb.
Yeah, heck yeah. Houston versus Gonzaga. I had Houston going on.
Well, I had Houston over Georgia, and I went with Houston.
Right, okay. So I had Clemson over against Purdue, and I've got Purdue going on.
Oh, do you? Right.
No, I'm sorry. I had Clemson going on.
I had Clemson over against Purdue also, and I also had Clemson.
Okay.
Moving on to face Houston.
Illinois versus University of Kentucky. I've got Illinois. No, I had it again. I got Kentucky.
Slow down there, Hall.
Yeah.
I took Kentucky. Yes.
You took
Illinois.
Yes. Yeah. UCLA versus Tennessee. I've got Tennessee moving on.
Yes, and that was my upset. Utah State beating UCLA, and I have them losing to Tennessee. So having Kentucky against Tennessee in the next game.
Yeah, so I've got Houston versus Clemson, and I've got Houston moving on.
I've got Houston against Clemson also, and Houston moving on. Yes.
University of Kentucky, a number 3 seed versus a number 2 Tennessee, and I've got Tennessee moving on.
I have that also, yes. Really big on the Volunteer.
And I've got Houston versus Tennessee.
Ooh. That's who I have. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You got me a little confused there.
Okay, so now our final four.
All right.
My final four is Michigan State versus Florida and Duke versus Houston.
Wow, we really go sideways here, Mr.
Yeah.
I've got Auburn against Florida and Alabama against Tennessee.
Woo!
So we're
I
really
know.
going to separate the points here
Right.
when we get down to the grit.
You just know that it's very rare that all four number one seeds make it to the Final Four. And I've got 3 out of the 4.
Oh, yeah, I got 2 out of 4. But the other 2 are number 2 seeds.
Right.
Alabama and Tennessee are both number 2 seeds.
Yeah, so I just know that these brackets, my brackets are screwed. So
who's your champion?
So let's go with the Michigan State and Florida. Who do you got going on there?
Oh, I don't have. Wait a minute, where are you at? Michigan State and Florida.
Yeah, I think you got Auburn.
I've got Auburn against Florida.
Yeah,
I have Auburn going to the.
You got Auburn going on. See,
yes.
So I've got Michigan State going on.
Okay.
To the championship game.
All righty.
Duke versus Houston.
I don't have either one, so
okay. I've got Dukies moving on. Duke moving on.
Duke against Michigan State.
And the championship game.
It'll be a good game.
Yes.
No, I have in the other bracket, on the other side, I have Alabama against Tennessee, and I have Alabama.
You got Alabama.
So I'm going to have an SEC fight in the championship game of Auburn against Alabama.
Oh, heck.
You think of that as football most of the time, but I'm transferring it to basketball this year. So I'm going with that angle.
So the championship game, I've got Michigan State versus Duke, and you have?
I have Auburn against Alabama.
Auburn against Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm original. I'm boring because I went with Duke to win it all.
Oh.
So drum roll, please. Who did you pick as your number one team to win it all this year?
First I'm going to say, I didn't know Bruce Pearl coached Auburn. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And he hates Illinois. He screwed Illinois years ago. Okay? And I've never forgotten how he screwed them over. And I'm not going to go into detail. Illinois fans know how this guy.
Well, I'm going to say you don't have to go into detail.
No,
because I don't remember.
He did some taping behind the scenes with Deion Thomas, and it was a scandal. Illinois got sanctioned, and you know what? I didn't know he was leading this team, but I still took his team. If I'd known it, I wouldn't have taken it. It just had that bitter taste.
Well, I hope Michigan State kicks their ass.
I do too, sort of, but I took Auburn.
You took
Auburn, but you know what? I'm not going to feel bad if the man loses.
Okay.
So now that I looked it over, told you I don't follow this.
But the only way you're going to win our bracket is if he wins.
Well, that's true, but I'm playing for money in the bracket. I've got to set feelings aside. When it comes to money, if you know what I'm saying, right? There are some days, Tom, I do root for the Cardinals. Yes, the Cardinals. I still got to root for them because I need them to beat somebody.
Right.
How that goes. You know how that goes.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, my old saying, I root for 2 teams, the Cardinals and the team that plays the Cubs.
Yes.
That's right.
I understand. I'm the same way with football, I'm for the Bears, but anybody who plays the Packers. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I don't know. Hopefully we'll do some good this year. Hopefully. It's been a few years since I've won.
Has it?
Yeah.
How many times have you won?
I believe I've won 4 times over the 30 years.
Wow. Not bad, then. Not bad.
And of course, I think 2016 or 2017 was the last time I won.
Last time you won?
Yeah.
So it's been about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with 26 people in it, boy, the pot's pretty good payout.
A little bit harder to win when there's more people in it.
That's true, too. It's like the lotto.
It's like the lotto.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, so any other Any other things? I mean, through the tournament that you want to discuss? I mean, I know, like I said, I know every year that there is a 12 that beats a 5. Sometimes it's all 4 12s beat the 5s.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that setup bracket, whatever. But you got players now. They don't spend, for the most part, 4 years at a school.
Right.
They're moving around a lot. A lot of the guys moving around, so it's kind of hard to zone in on a team and say that team's really going to be something in another year or two. Because these guys just, the way they can transfer now from school to school, it's just, you know what?
Well, do they still get the penalties? I mean,
I don't think
like
so.
they have to sit
No, I
out
don't
a
think you have
year.
to sit out now. I think you can just transfer now if
Oh,
you
wow.
want to. Yeah. Not sure how all the rules.
That probably come into effect with the players actually getting paid.
That, and you
Endorsements
have
and
something
stuff.
called the NIL. I can't remember what that stands for, but yeah, I mean, it's a different game today. It's not like following somebody from your hometown school you follow from a freshman, and if they're that good, they might play 2 years and they're off to the pros. So,
Well, I think the pros did get. They are now where you have to spend at least 1 year.
1 year, I think 1 year in college. I think, yeah. I don't think you can go from high school.
Not anymore.
Like Kobe did. I think Kobe did that. Went from high school to the pros, which is pretty,
so did LeBron, didn't he?
I'm not sure. He might have.
Well,
but yeah, you don't have the same. It's kind of hard. It's like, oh, so and so will be back next year. So and so will be back in 2 more years, and we'll have another good run. You don't have that anymore. Illinois last year made the Elite Eight, and they have a totally different team this year.
Wow.
Guys moved on, or guys graduated, or guys, and just
decided to go.
That's the way it is. Yeah. So that's the way the game is today. It's a little different. So I don't know if that makes it better or not. Some people might agree with that. Some might not. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know as far as Duke goes, if that what's his name, Cooper Fields.
Is that the guy got hurt?
Yeah.
Didn't he get hurt like right at the end of the season and something? He was.
Yeah, when I was doing the research on my picks, I went down. They give you the information on CBS Sports is who we have our picks through.
Right.
But I went through there and they said that he's supposed to be back the 19th. He's coming back the 19th. So that.
Well, that would be Thursday.
Yeah.
And that's when the tournament starts.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how if he'll be 100%. And I imagine they're.
It's the day before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on a Wednesday.
Usually, they're like Duke's playing. I don't know who that is. Mount. Regardless, they're a 16. I imagine Duke will. Right. If they're smoking him pretty good, he's probably not going to play a whole lot anyway.
Right.
So he's going to have a couple more days to sit and relax. And
doesn't say how healthy he's going to be. He's just going to be back.
Yeah.
That's the trick about that too.
Sure.
If he's going to be 100% or not, but
yeah,
I'll tell you what, if he's 100%, I think my pick is going to be true. Duke's going to win it all, mister.
Okay, well, time will tell.
Of course, in our bracket, we have 26 people in our
I'm
pool.
looking over our bracket. How many Dukies do we have in there?
12. 12 out of the 26. People? Yeah.
Almost half of the people in our bracket picked Duke to win it all.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have, and then there's
Auburn. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people picked Auburn.
6 with Auburn.
And other than that, it's a hit or miss.
A couple out there. That's lone wolf, I guess, if you want to. Our father-in-law, he's University of Houston. He's the only one that took Houston.
He's the only one that took Houston. Ain't that something? Yeah.
There is a Lori. She took Tennessee.
Tennessee, yep.
She's the only one that did that. One of our nieces took Kansas. she's the only one. So I mean, if Kansas can go on, I mean,
she has a good chance of winning.
she has a very good chance.
We
of
have a
winning.
couple Floridas in there.
Yeah, a couple of Florida.
There's
well,
one.
Three.
And one.
Three.
A couple of Alabamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 Floridas.
Yep.
A couple Alabamas.
Yeah. So
most like I say, 12 Dukes.
No North Carolina. No North Carolina, no Illinois, no Kentucky. So,
right.
A lot of people fall under that.
Well, hell, you look at even the 2 seeds. There's no 2 seeds. Well, yeah, I think Alabama's a 2 seed, right? Is Alabama?
Yes, Alabama's 2 seed. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tennessee, both 2 seeds. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's who I got in the Final Four. So they'll get there.
Right.
Sure they will.
Who you got in your final? Auburn and
Florida.
Florida.
Against Bama and Tennessee.
Well, no, I meant in your final. Auburn and who? Tennessee?
Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they come from the same bracket.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the final game? Oh, okay. Well, you said in my final. I didn't know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay. Here,
I got
and your championship.
There you go. There you go.
You got your championship.
What the hell is he talking about? Auburn against Alabama. Remember? Yes, football. Think football. Think football when you think my final 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
And of course, we all know that Charles Barkley was a big Auburn guy.
Oh, jeez. He does not bring any analysis to the games. If you've ever watched the halftime show or whatever, I don't think he's interested in anything really. But picking up that check from Capital One, I'll be honest with you. I think the dumb dorky look is just perfect for him because that's what he's playing these days. I don't know. I saw him one night. I don't think he was following basketball at all. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but they asked him a question, and he was like, "I don't know what game you're talking about." I was like, "Holy crap!" Okay. Anyway, good luck to you, Charles. Cash that check, buddy. That's all that really matters.
That's all that matters right there. Yeah. Yeah, they pay him.
If they're going to pay you,
they're paying him to do that.
Keep cashing that check.
Yeah. Yeah. So that always helps when you're getting paid to do it. So, but so any other? I mean,
and we'll come back to this once the tournament's over.
Yeah.
Won't we? And we'll see how we
did.
Actually, where we were right,
what?
Where we were wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you the winners of our pool, and
yeah,
you won't care about the losers of our pool. So,
yeah, there's only 26 people in our pool.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad there is. That's good. That's a good bunch.
Well, last year there was 27.
So you only lost one.
Yeah.
Is that
Tony?
Is that the McKay?
He's the one that didn't get in. He said he was, but he never did.
He never did.
No.
I'm surprised by that. But is that the highest amount of people you've had?
No.
You've had more?
Oh, yeah. We've had up to like 31 or 32 in it before.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, we pay 3 places. So,
you pay third, get your money back for third?
Get your money back.
What do you get for second?
You win $10 basically. So, and then first place gets the remainder payout.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's a nice little chunk change for the week.
Yeah.
If you win.
Well, a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks.
By lunch for a couple weeks here.
Yeah. So, but.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Good. Yeah, it should be a good tournament. Always is.
Yes.
You never know.
Yeah, and like I say, can't say much because we don't keep up with it.
No, not as close as we usually do. For some reason, you get pulled in, don't you?
Yeah.
The game will be on, and you're like, well, who the hell do I have?
Yeah.
Well, hell, I gotta sit down and watch this. This is 10 minutes left. I gotta watch how this one's gonna end up.
Right.
And
I'm sure me and my cousin will go out and celebrate, and we usually do every year. Go to a local bar, one of the sports bars, so that we can sit around and watch a few games.
Watch games that are on. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
See what happens. But
all right, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it always is. So I know last year we ran the bartender or the waitress off at our local sports bar.
What'd you say to her?
Nothing. She was ready to go, and we didn't know it.
Well, she didn't tell you my shift's ending?
No, never said nothing. Never said nothing.
She'd like to tip me down.
Yeah,
You can,
yeah.
before I leave.
If she would have said that, yeah. The owner come over, and we're like, uh-oh, what happened to our waitress? Well, she's gone. She left. I'm like, whoa. Well, why didn't she say something? We would have gave her tip.
Maybe she didn't know better. Maybe she just didn't know to say, hey, I'm cutting out of here quickly.
Right, because when we get there, we say, okay, we'd like that TV, and this TV over here. 3 different channels.
So don't put the same game on.
Yeah.
Because you put
So we like to keep up with them,
Oh, sure.
And she did. She got them all 3 on different channels. And then really a good waitress, but never said a word.
Really?
About. I guess she didn't think we were going to stay as long as what we did. Because we stayed and talked, and after we ate, we stayed and talked and
drank some more.
Yes. And then the next thing I know,
she's ready to go home.
Yes, the owner comes over and like, oh, what happened to our waitress?
Oh,
she had to leave.
Well, and that's one of my complaints when you go into Buffalo Wild Wings, and they have the same game on about 6 TVs.
Yes,
I'm like, hey, could you put something different on all the
right.
TV? It might be something different people like to watch. So I don't need the same. Game on every screen.
Now, if it's like baseball, to where you got the Cardinals or the Cubs playing, yeah, give me the same game. Where I got my choices. I don't have to turn my head. Stuff. But you don't mind.
Put it on the screen in front of me.
Yeah.
So I have to look around.
And the NCAA tournament. I mean, my God, can you imagine the money that changes hands? Do that every year.
Oh, I think it'd be fun just to go to Vegas and watch the board, watch how I've never been to it. You've been to Vegas. I've never been there. I would love to just go in and watch how all the money is moved around the betting and.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might get drug into it though. I get drug into stuff like that, Tom, real easy. Somebody said, "Well, you bet 100 here, you could win 5,000." I would look at that and go,
what?
Oh, hell, let me get that $100 bill out of my pocket here. You never win, but sure as hell sounded good about 10 minutes ago. Like, son of a bitch.
So now I'm out of 100.
Now I'm out of 100. They didn't get a reach behind it. Oh,
yeah.
Well, maybe in Vegas you would. I don't know.
Right.
Who you talk to out there. But,
yeah.
Yeah, I could get. That's why I don't do the FanDuel, DraftKings.
Oh.
And I've looked into it a little bit.
I've
talked to Lisa and said, I'd like to kind of get into this because I do watch sports on the weekend.
Right.
Not so much during the week like some people really are involved in it, watch every, but you sit down on the weekend, you watch football, a baseball game, racing, this, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind dropping some money here, and get more vested into watching this, where I could really start yelling at the screen, going, "Go, hit, do this, do that."
So, but yeah, I think it was 2018 you left, or you got second.
I haven't left.
You've actually been in it probably. What do you say your first year was? Because there was a few years that you weren't in it.
Didn't get in it.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't get around to it.
I mean, I've got that.
Was working and stuff like that. And,
right.
On the road and didn't sit down. And
right. But damn, I want to say that you were probably off and on in it since 2001, 2,
something
3,
like that. Yeah,
something like that.
probably been in it 15, 16 times.
Yeah,
0 for 16.
right.
It's not good. Not good.
Well, hey, we got two people that are still in it, and Mandy
And Mandy's been in it from the start.
has been in it from the start and has never won.
And has never won. So,
Right.
am I supposed to feel good about that?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Someone who has been in it 30 years. Now, Billy, he's also was one of the founders, and of course there was a few years that he got out of it, but so he hasn't been in it all 30 years, but he's never won. Had a cousin who passed away in 2020, Richard. He was the first winner of the 1995, and that's the only time he has ever won.
He's only played once?
No, he played. That's the only time he's ever won.
That's the only time he's ever won.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you go from 9 people to now 26 and 27s and he the big pots he never won.
Wow.
And now he also was one of the founders, but he was off and on. He got so frustrated on some of them, he would just, I'm not playing next year. He'd go a couple of 3 years without playing and get back in it,
Well, it's for fun. You got to remember.
Yeah.
It's not hard. We're not hardcore into this.
Right.
It's just picking against each other. I'm picking against people I don't know, but they don't know me. But it's
Right.
fine. They may follow it a lot closer than I do. I don't know.
Exactly.
They might send be big college.
And that was my point earlier, was that Bill and Mary they watched Illini. They watched
religiously. All the time.
Yeah.
They watched.
So if anyone had good insight on any of the college basketball, it was them, because they were always watching Illinois.
Exactly.
Mary was always, if Illinois was on, I remember there was times when we'd be at Sundays, we'd be at Panera, and Illinois coming on at 11, so she would eat and run.
We got to wrap this up. I got to go. Let's tip off at 11.
Yeah. She'd be out the door, heading home. Bless her heart.
Well, that's a real fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody that, I've had a lot of guys that, I don't watch it much, join the club. I don't either.
Drop $10 and get in the pool.
Right.
You'll watch it for 2 weeks or whatever it runs, and you'll be interested.
I guess it's a 3-week total.
I guess 3 weeks. I think the championship game's like first weekend of April.
Right.
I think it is something like this.
Because it goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it goes Saturday and Monday.
Yeah.
So it's over a 3-week period.
So they've got it set up really well.
Yes. Yeah. So hell, that first weekend you done got 2 rounds under your belt.
Oh yeah. We've got her down to 32 teams.
Yeah.
Boom, quick. By the time you get through the next week, it's 16, sweep 16.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. So that like you say, they really got it planned well.
Sure they
That's
did.
for sure.
Yeah, they just got it set up so well. I mean, it's just like it's a nice cash cow.
Yeah.
It's really.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. Yeah.
It really is.
All right, Mr. Zig.
Okay.
Good luck on your.
Well, good luck to you, my friend. And
we'll hopefully we can win our millions and retire.
When we get together again, we'll see.
Yes.
One of us might be real happy. The other one
a little sad.
Might be real sad.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's only.
Well, all right, Mr. Zig.
Okay.
Well, hey, we will say goodbye to everybody, and we will see you next weekend. Good luck on your brackets. Bye, everyone.